If you could describe the performance in one word, what would it be?
For me, the word is collaboration.
I said mesmerizing.
Collaboration.
Diverse.
No words.
Before we begin, I, on behalf of Rupa Arts Cultural Center, want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for all of the hard work that you guys did putting this production together. It was a team effort. Everyone, showed up, and this was definitely one of the most memorable productions that I have been part of and I've been able to put together. And my role was composing the music, but also organizing the festival and roping all of you in and bugging you every for the many weeks leading up to it. But we go around and just do quick introductions.
My name is Sachita, Chaliki. I do Kuchipudi and I'm from Houston.
Hi, I'm Jin. Well, my full name in Korean is Jin, but as a performer, I go by Jin, so Jin Wan. I'm a Kathak dancer. I'm based in Edison, New Jersey.
My name is Sindhu Sathees. I am a Mohiniyattam dancer, originally from Houston, Texas, but currently living in Washington, D.C.
Hello, I'm Shashank Iswara, and I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer from Dallas, Texas. And I currently go to school in Austin.
Hi, I am Ilankoon, originally from Sri Lanka. I'm a Canadian dancer. Now I live in Houston.
What was your favorite part of the production?
Well, I can say that my favorite part was all of us meeting first time in person and working together and rehearsing, and like everybody's so supportive and come together. That whole energy was my favorite.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of Jen. It was definitely the rehearsals, Abhishek, at your place. I will recall a very specific couple of moments, but for me, my favorite moment was trying to figure out in the Tilana the very difficult beat section at the end, because I heard that music at least 15 times and I personally could not understand it. Maybe the only person who understood it was like Shashank of the dancers, like who could explain it. And he sat there with us and like we were all like either sitting or standing on the floor, tapping on the floor, and like it was like doing mathematics together. And then there was a moment when it hit. And that was so exciting for me because I really thought I'm just going to fake it until I make it because I do not understand this. And getting to rehearse that part over and over again and pull it together was great. That and also coming up with the ending of the Dilana. We went to that small room upstairs and just the five of us just put our heads together and we came up with that ending and the ending pose. And I don't know, it was a really beautiful moment. You would have never known that we had all just met each other, the day before, like properly met each other for the first time. So those are the moments I hold near to my heart.
Well, you got a very loud applause after that pose, so it definitely paid off. And yeah, even the kanaka, like it didn't look difficult at all. It looked so, and for all the credit goes to Shashank for that. It was very difficult to play it, to put it to Dalam. I remember he showed it to me first. I was just like, what is going on? And then and then he wrote it all out. And then it took me like 4 or 5 iterations to just get it to sit on the metronome.
So I guess I can go next. First of all, Sindhu definitely stole my answer because I was going to say that day that we went to into Abhishek's secret yoga room to finish the end of the Tilana. I thought that was a very nice moment. But other than that, I thought one thing that I thought was a lot of fun with this production was that even though it was like hectic and stressful at times, was that like we were all very much involved both in like creating the music and like planning it out and ideating it, and then also like both the music creation and the dance part. And so like I had very little experience with Nattavangam before this, and so it's just a good opportunity to explore and try those new things.
I do not believe that at all. Like that is news to me.
I mean, like I've never I've only like in terms like in like classes and stuff I would have just done it, but then never for like a recording or a performance before had a like properly.
It was a nice touch. It was a really nice touch on the thing. Like even if I listening back to it, like I feel like very important little detail that we added in at the end to all the recordings.
Yeah. So I think those two things, the working on the music alongside the dance, and of course that moment where we finished the Tilana was my 2 favorite parts.
Nice. What was the process for putting your music together for your segment? So the show was interesting in that there was like a couple groups parts at the beginning, but then everyone launched into their solos. Some of the solos were even duets, but they had like one primary character in them. and then like a final group part. But everyone's main concern was their solo. So let's talk about that. What was the process of putting your solo music together? Let's go with Sachita first.
I knew you'd call me. But my process was basically Ratnandi helped with the majority of it, obviously. But I think like certain like beats and stuff, definitely we had to like record the mridangam after I came in person and everything. So trying to figure out the beats for that, making sure like the jatis came out right and the beats came out right. That was like an interesting experience because like I've never seen like the recording take place as well. So watching that entire process unfold was also really nice. But yeah, most of it
You
was.
you were part of the recording. Why don't you tell people about what that was?
Yeah, I was kind of stood at the side and was like kind of doing the dance and like very mini version of it to make sure that the mridangam players and all the artists could like see it, like have a visual of what they were playing. So that was like interesting. Me with like the headset, like in the corner, like standing in the side. But it was fun. Yeah, it was a nice challenge.
Nice. Saliya?
My part is difficult one to create that one. We had a different ideas. Abhishek has a different idea. Then we talk like too much things, right? Then we asked with our Canadian drum player, Jit. He's helping a lot. He's with the exam and he has a very tight schedule. I think we finish until like last week, Abhishek, right? The things get together. I think the last week. Almost, yeah. The thing is, in our style, we don't have like the expression-wise much, like not the storytelling or anything. But in come to this one, it's the more challenging part is my art trying to get like a storytelling stuff. That's why the first part he asked the slokam, but I don't have any Tamil ideas. Then my friend Shamita. His wife is an Indian artist and she helped a lot, and Shamita, we worked together that slokam part, how to do this one with the like Shiva Tano is good, but the meaningful wise we don't use the like mudras or anything. I just follow the rhythm and the meaning. That's the most difficult part to us, Abhishek, right? Yeah. It came out really nice, I hope.
What was the most stressful moment of all this, of the whole production or performance, or both?
Honestly, I think it was until like the moment we came in person and everything I felt like, at least for me, was like I had an idea of what was going on, but then I didn't know exactly what was going on. So it was like everything was kind of like all over the place in my head. And a lot of the like music and dance wasn't finalized. So because it wasn't finalized, that was like kind of low-key stressing me out. But it came together in the end and like we made it work. Everything worked out. But I think it was just like that 1 week leading up to the in-person rehearsals.
It was like your Aringate drums, I'm sure. Anyone else?
Oh, I'll tell you what was stressful. It was like a couple days before when Abhishek was like, Sindhu, your music is done. And I was like, fantastic. And I went to listen to it and you completely changed the entire, we were set to do it in Mridangam and you changed the whole thing to Chanda. And I was like, Abhishek? And I called you and I was like, Abhishek is not done with Chanda. And you were like, but it sounds nice. I was like, maybe to you, that's great, but I can't dance with this. And just that moment of like, when is it was just like a day or two before. And you were so proud and happy that it was done in the Chanda. And I was like, I cannot dance to this. But then finally getting the mridang, I think it was the day before that you were like, yeah, he's going to send it. Yeah, he's going to send it. And I kept asking you. I knew it would come together and it eventually did. And it was perfect. But that moment of like feeling like, oh, yes, the music is finally done. And then hearing it and being like, this creative man, please stop it. But yeah.
I gave credit to Shashank before, and I'm going to put the blame on him. He's the one who played it so well. And we couldn't.
It was played very, very well.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been there. You played tabla as well. It was alternating chanda tabla. I think you heard the chanda and you were just done with it, so you didn't hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
You heard one chanda. Someone else. What else was stressful? I knew Sindhu would say you. I know she would say me.
True.
I had a question about the choreography, the Kuchipudi segment, which is like partner stuff. Like it was you guys like hit it exactly on the beats. How did you guys? And like I feel like you didn't have the music as well until like the day before. How did you guys pull that off? Like it was very, very precise. Like I mean, was it improvised or was it choreographed and was it choreographed completely to that or
like the Jati Swaram or the
the
oh the
Parvati part? Especially like in the part where the flute comes, like it's like exactly on the beats. I was watching the video, it's really impressive.
So I
you can take it.
okay. So I think what happened with that piece was we hadn't thought about how we were gonna like it was Sachita's item, it was the Kuchipudi item, and I was just there as a side character as being Shiva in the piece, right? So we hadn't really planned it out or even thought about it until the night before the show, and Ratnanti insisted that we had to both be on, that I also had to be on stage. And then so Auntie kind of she right there in the rehearsal, she like outlined the broad story points of what would happen and where it would be with the music. But of course, because I hadn't been working with this item before, I didn't know any of the musical cues. And so if it worked out on stage, it was because Sachita just knew exactly what she had to do when. And then so that when we were on stage, I could follow her. And I'm hesitant to say improvise because I don't think it was broadly speaking, it was planned out. But like those like moment to moment decisions I was able to make on stage because I think Sachita really had really knew what was going on with the music and what was happening when. So I thank her.
You're saying that during the day before, when Ratnati came, that was literally Friday.
That was the day we first
we first talked about it.
It was it was like after your first run. It was like
yeah, it was that night.
That was the last time we could practice together.
Yeah, like literally the night before, at like 9 p.m.
Shashank
Jim in the corner, like watching it all.
I think what had happened was that Ratnati mentioned this idea to me about a month and a half ago that I might be doing the Kuchipudi piece as this like acting as a side character along with Sachita in the item. And then I think we just forgot about it because we were consumed with other things like the Jataswaram and the Tilana, and so we just didn't talk about it until the day before the show when Ratnanti insisted that Shiva comes and be in the side, which I'm glad that she did because it worked out and it was very nice. It was very
a crowd favorite scene because it was just like it was adorable, you know, like the
yeah. There's a really nice photo of the two of us like holding hands there when Shiva is taking Parvati back and towards the end. I thought that came out well.
And the final pose, like you held that for like 30 seconds, like on one leg.
Yeah, I was just try not to fall. Pretty sure like you can see somewhere. If you look at my feet, you can see me like kind of wobbling.
You know, the funny you should mention that because I wasn't that familiar with the music.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how long there was at the end for that we would have to hold our legs up. And so I think I just lifted my leg at a time. It like musically felt appropriate, but then there was like 50 seconds left of the song. I was just waiting there hoping that one of the lights gonna turn off, eventually.
No, but you did it. You exited gracefully, and that like I saw the video, like your foot slowly came down. It's supposed to just like sometimes like I don't know, you just lose the pose, but that was it. Again, it looked like perfect. Like considering that was one rehearsal, not even one rehearsal, that's incredible.
One rehearsal, yeah. It came together.
How did you guys adapt your style to match with others? I think that was one of the most beautiful things, especially at the beginning of Tilana. Like I was watching the video, like I've seen productions, like, and I don't mean this to be a forum where I'm complaining about other things, but I'm just like really commending, like, so it's really hard with different styles, like to blend them seamlessly. But this one, it looked so easy, like for an audience member, just to see people in completely different costumes, different styles, but like really matching steps. So yeah, curious, how did you guys adapt your style to perform with each other, especially in the group parts?
I'm gonna give biggest kudos here to Jin and Saliya because I think both of their styles were the most different from Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, and Mohiniyattam. And there were a lot of times where they both would be like, that doesn't exist for us, and then they would figure out something that they would make then exist for their style. I know during the Tilana that happened several times, but then also in mine and Saliya's duet, I would just show him something. He'd be like, okay, I think I could do something like this. And it would just flow beautifully. You kind of really wouldn't be able to tell. I would say the kudos to the both of them on, I feel like they adapted to the rest of us, which was awesome and made everything look really seamless.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Sindhu, giving us credit. But I felt like ultimately it's all about movement. So I think if you're a little open up and to see something similar, like finding communication, when you are two different people and having conversation and at first time trying to come in some middle ground. So actually, and also as a dancer, it's fun for me to explore how different movements set on my body, how I can use that. So it was fun actually. Yeah. I wish I could have done more with other dance forms.
The Sindhu, and also we cannot stick on the Candian, right? I cannot stick on the Candian. I forget that one. I just try to match you guys. That's all I did. Some are not like a traditional Candian, but it's a contemporary, right? I cannot do anything like the costume wise. I improvise it. If my costume is not matched, like it's a crown thing, it's like a huge jewelry kind of things. It's a traditional one. But in this one, I designed the costume, all the movements I try to match, even the music also just match, not like a perfect ones. We just trying to match. Yeah, that's all. That's the fun part, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
This is a side joke. Abhishek said he's going to edit the video. So, if you see the group photo, did you see that I looks like a black sheep in the group because my costume is black, everybody's bright. So I felt, wow, I look like I'm a black sheep. It was funny.
Well, you had the green. That's what we all. I think everyone had that common green, so I feel like it worked out. I didn't feel that way. Sure.
Just speaking.
Wait, can we talk about Shashank and Sachita's duet came together? All their duets, honestly, they did multiple. Came together like last minute, but Sindhu and Saliya also. Your part was amazing. How did that? And I feel like that was like one practice as well. Like, can you talk about that?
There's something magical about that upstairs yoga room, Abhishek. I don't know what it is, but some kind of magic is in that room. I swear, Saliya and I on Thursday night's rehearsal, we took about a solid 20 minutes and we pulled that together and it felt right. And then whenever we showed it for the first time, which might have been that night, everyone was like, wow, this is incredible. We were like, we really just came up with that. But something that, and I know I've said this multiple times through this, through like not even Thursday, that whole week we were doing some Zoom calls. And I know I told you guys, right, that like it was the happiest thing to start the day on a Zoom call with everybody, before my workday started and talk about dance and do dance. And so that whole week, I just kept saying to myself, like, this is so refreshing to work with like talented and like humble dancers, like true artists. And for me, rehearsals were I had so much fun. I came home every night, those 2 nights, just being like, gosh, this is awesome. Like, I want to spend all my time with these people and just do this and collaborate and come up with new things. Like Jin was saying, like, how do you express movement in different ways beyond your style? And kind of like what Saliya was saying, you have to like do a contemporary something to the traditional styles that you have. We all got to showcase our style and we got to do something together about it. So I like reminisced on that for several days. And every time I look back to it, like that's all I think about are those rehearsals.
And also, like, we try to blend each other. We respect other thoughts. You guys are very humble. Like, it's easy to work. We didn't do much, right? We gel. That's it. We didn't do much. Hey, you want to do? Oh, okay, let's try this. That's it. We didn't do much. Oh, no. This is how it's come. No. Everybody's open-minded. That's why the whole production got success. That's my thought. Yeah. It's really nice with you, Sindhu, also, like, just, and also after my act, I'm breathing hard. She goes, are you okay? Yes. I had the trust with her. That's the all the things. So Tilana also, I'm looking at Shanak always. I'm looking at his foot, right? I know. Okay, 7, 4, 3, 2. It's really hard to stay on that rhythm. Okay, pause. That's all the things. Want to be poses. I didn't do much.
That was Salia's talking about when he came off stage, and that was like one of the sweetest things. Also, Jin did it for me when I came off stage. She had this little mini fan. She was fanning herself, and she just like held it, and I just walked straight to her, and she just held the fan to my face, and it was such a small kind of just like sheer kindness. How, I don't have my mom or my team is not standing backstage to give me water and things like that. We just had each other. So that was super sweet. So I know Salia's solo and our duet was back to back. So as soon as he came off stage, I was like, this man is going to need some water because that solo was tough. And just like, okay, take your time. And then we saw the light go pink and I was like, okay, we have about 10 seconds. If we need to go now, if you're ready, let's go. And it all worked out beautifully. But that small moment that Jin held that fan, it's small things like that. It was just so sweet. It was so sweet. It was so nice. And we're also like all rehearsing with our headphones. We're watching our friend dance. We have our headphones in. We're doing the Tilana backstage. Good.
Yeah, I must say Tilana was most stressful. And I remember the last minute listening. Okay, number 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's true.
Shashank, you really stressed everyone out with that pattern, that chord way.
Yeah, but Jin really came through on that very fast beat at the very end when we're just like, okay, you got it, and we kind of just handed it over to her because at some point we're like, there's like, this is way too fast, and it's like it's hard to like incorporate everybody in, like, because we thought like the bells would also sound really off, so we're like, okay, Jin, you got it, and like she did it well, and she just wanted to say that.
As you know, our tradition for all of our performances is after the performance we go to Torchy's Tacos. It's I think we're at year 6 of this tradition, or maybe 7 of post festival, post concert. It's our victory meal. Definitely well deserved for everyone. But let's hear from everyone let's go around the room. Let's hear what's your favorite, what's your go-to dish or order at Torchy's, starting with I see, let's go from the other way. Sindhu.
I love all the tacos. They're fantastic. But I will say that the queso is just the go-to. You always have to get the queso. There's nothing like it anywhere else. So it'd be queso for me.
The green chili queso, right?
The one that has the guac in it, is that the green chili queso? Then yeah, that's excellent.
Shashank, you're a Texan, so you go next.
So usually when at Torchy's, I'll get 1 fried avocado and 1 veggie grande burrito. But last time I went, for any vegetarians who are here today, there's a new like vegan taco. I think it's called a mofo. It might not be called a mofo, but it's like it came out last month, so it'll be on there's like a new a vegan section, and that taco was really nice. I had it a few weeks ago. So I think that'll be my go-to instead of the fried avocado. But I'm blanking on the name.
It has low info in it.
Yeah, something like low info. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Also, my favorite part about the going to Torchy's afterward is that Abhishek called it the Shiv after party, which I'm a sucker for a good pun. So I was very happy about that. Shiver after party.
Yeah, it's not Shiv after.
Okay, that works too. Shiver after party.
Yeah. Or it can be like Arudra after party next time or something.
You'll have to come with something better than that.
Okay, we'll work on it. The girls are not impressed at all. Sachita, you're a Texan.
Yes. My go-to is always the chicken ones. I forgot what they're called. I'm blanking on the name. But for my non-veg people out there, people who eat chicken, the chicken tacos are really good. I feel like they only have like one option that's chicken anyway. So you won't miss it. They get sauces, and now I don't know. I was upset about that they didn't hand me my sauce, but I was too lazy to go ask about it. So I was like, I'll just down these.
I think that was just that day, because last time we went to Torchy's, like last week, they gave the sauces at all the tables.
Okay, well, discrimination. It's okay.
Okay, Saliya, you're also a Texan.
Actually, that's my first time. I love tacos. I did chicken, I guess. Yeah, I don't know much about that place, but that's good. Yeah.
Jin, was it your first time?
Well, yes, it's my first time. But I remember, I don't know what I had. I had what Sindhu's recommended me, but it was good that I remember. It was very nice. Good choice.
Cool. So
What was that,
successful.
Shashank, you've been looking for every morning from Starbucks? The sandwich.
It's the spinach feta wrap. I like their spinach feta wrap.
Yeah.
I think
He's
right
been
now
looking for every morning and every time.
they're like out
always
of
on it.
stock at all Starbucks around some supply chain issue, I guess. And so you're not.
Did you finally get one after that?
No. I don't go to Starbucks that often. So I haven't checked since we were in Houston.
Okay.
All right, let's mix it up. So we talk about food. You are all professional dancers in one or more styles. Some of you are like so good at like 3 or 4 styles. But what is your favorite style of dance other than the one that you practice?
Me? Oh, it's very difficult to say. I like hip hop. Yeah.
Do you do hip hop?
No, well, I love it.
I feel like you'd be like so good at it.
I like hip hop. I like b-boys. They like a breakdance kind of in competition and like more like freestyle dance. Yeah.
Nice. Saliya?
I like the contemporary, or anything like a ballet, not traditional ballet, like contemporary wise. I like the lines. I love every dance style, but mostly I like the more lean ones, like a contemporary ones. Yeah.
Amongst other Indian classical dance forms, it's Odissi. It's always been one of my favorites. But in general, hip hop. I like hip hop, the popping and locking and breaking. Can't do it, but I like watching it.
You can or can't do it?
Can't.
Try.
Try.
I'm sure you can.
Like,
Aren't you learning or wanting to learn Odissi?
me?
Sindhu.
Oh,
I like in a very amateur capacity have been learning Odissi. But yes, I agree with Sachita. Maybe that comes from just being a classical dancer. I feel like Odissi is just one of those styles that just is like enchanting. So definitely love watching Odissi and doing it too. And then I would probably, at least in Indian styles, if we stay in the classical category, would be Kathak. I've already reached out to Jen that I want to start taking classes with her. So that's in the bucket list of things. Next year, I'll be doing classic Kathak instead.
Okay, you have 200 spins next time.
Oh God.
Wait, if you do Kathak, then you would have done like every style, right? Other than maybe Kuchipudi?
No. When you are a Ratnati student, you are both Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi dancer. But yeah, I will not claim to have mastered anything. But yes, I will have.
You would be like at 5 then. Like, what is missing at that point?
Plenty. Do you know how much dance there is, Abhishek? Manipuri. I don't know who's going to teach me that.
I'm sure you'll find someone. Shashank.
Other than Indian classical styles or just any Indian styles in general, I've always thought tap dancing is a lot of fun to watch, and I'm sure it'd be fun to try. But I've never had like the tap shoes to try it out. So maybe one day.
I feel like you'd be really good at that, Shashank.
Well, thank you.
I could see you being a tap dancer.
Jin did a duet with a tap dancer in 2019 when we performed. It was like intense. Like she was doing chuckers and that guy was just like going to town with. So not far from the company that is here. Okay, favorite type. We'll go back in the opposite order. Favorite type of music, chill music. Like what's your relaxation music, and then what's your game time music? Like if you're getting ready for a show, maybe it's chill music at that point. But if you like really need to hype yourself up, Shashank.
I feel like I have a boring answer. Okay, so I'll say the answer for both is Carnatic music, but for chill music, I'll say like just like I like when I'm studying or just doing something, I'll put on like Western classical music and stuff. But when I'm getting ready for a show, I find it helpful to play a song in the. I don't think it's actually helpful. I just like playing a song that's in like similar ragams or the same ragam to the piece that I'm performing. And so I'll put something on like that. Or maybe just like a raga alapana. That's the same ragam of that item that I'm performing. I think that's fun.
Good answer. Carnatic music. You passed the test. Okay, so who's next? Sindhu, go ahead.
Chill music is like I like Bollywood lo-fi or just any lo-fi I enjoy. But I do like Bollywood lo-fi because I can recognize it. My game time music is so terrible. And I don't know if somebody saw me do this backstage. Hopefully they didn't. But it's usually like something very ratchet, like some like Lil Wayne, T-Pain, like highly inappropriate. I don't know why. It takes me out of the mindset, which helps me focus. If I listen to more Indian classical music, I feel like I'll get more nervous, or even if I listen sometimes to my song. But there was a moment backstage before we went on for the first song, and there's also a lot of aunties and uncles that are like standing backstage too, and I was like kind of embarrassed to do it, but I was like, I have to do it. This is just what I do. I like go to like a corner, I just face a wall, and I just kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of like bust a couple moves that have nothing to do with anything. It's not classical, like nobody should see me do it. It's and I just like literally sing some type of like Lil Wayne rap song in my head, and I get really hyped, and then I'm good to go. But that's how I like kind of shake it out, especially when you have like all this jewelry and costume on. It's a little difficult, but that's my game time procedure.
My biggest regret is that we don't have B-roll or backstage clips or side stage
Probably
clips.
a good thing. It's probably a good thing.
In your Mohiniyattam outfit?
I literally was just facing the wall, just like get it out of my system. No joke, but it worked.
I have to take this opportunity to say that Sindhu is, in addition to all the classical styles that she's collecting, an incredible Bollywood. And I mean, you say you're not hip hop, but basically hip hop, or I don't know what you would categorize it as, but definitely Bollywood, Bolly hop, whatever.
Wannabe hip hop dancer, definitely not one.
Bolly Natyam.
Oh God, don't say it, Sachita, don't say it.
Bollywood dancer, we'll see. But just, incredible dancer across multiple styles. Okay, music, chill and hype, Sachita.
Okay, my playlist is all over the place. It's like across like languages and genres. So chill music would be, I think there's like the chill Indian music playlist, which has like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, basically anything from all over India. And then there's like the chill like R&B type of playlist, which is just R&B music. And then like for super hype, either like really hype Bollywood songs or like just general pop music. It's kind of all over the place.
Nice. I think we can all relate to that. Saliya.
I'm listening like every kind of music, like mostly Sri Lankan classical, the calm down ones, but I'm doing like a pop, rap, like country, Bollywood, everything. That's depend on the mood. Yeah, no anything, like just what's going on, I'm listening. That's it.
Speaking of country, I really liked your rodeo outfit.
Oh, really?
It was good.
It's like
You look like a Pakka Texan.
I didn't have anything. My friends say, "Hey, let's go." Okay, what you wearing? I asked him, "What do you need to wearing?" Okay, come like that. I didn't have a shirt. He gave me the shirt. Okay, let's go. And his daughter had a hat. I borrowed with him for the picture. It's fun. That's my first time too.
Nice.
Now I have time.
My music also, I listen to all types of music. I like to listen like Middle Eastern or Persian, Eastern European and stuff like that. But I do have sometimes hooked to one musician, then I listen to it over and over. So like I listen a lot of French song, chanson, and some old Edith Piaf or the new musicians. So then I listen over and over and over and over, like when I drive. And sometimes when I wanna, before the show, I listen. There's one particular music from it's a Tibetan song. It very kind of bring me calm down. So I like listen that. When I'm in a like up mood, then sometimes I used to grow up with heavy metal. So I used to listen to heavy metal, and sometimes when I want to perk up for my podcast practice, then I put French hip hop. So I don't follow the language. For me, the sound is become part of the song. It doesn't matter. Maybe they are swearing. I don't know, but the sounds become like a music for me because I don't know the language. So I like to listen hip hop in different languages. So the sound what comes from the language is given very different dimension. So I like to listen. Once I heard Arabic hip hop from some radio channel. I couldn't find it on Spotify, but it was really interesting with the Arabic sound and singing in hip hop. This is very cool. And then Russian hip hop, It's just a different language bring different sounds. This is what I do.
You need to share that playlist with all of us.
Sure, I can share
Friend-
if anybody interested in different types of music.
Yeah, we'll put it in the link or whatever in the show notes or something. If you could describe the performance in one word, what would it be?
For me, the word is collaboration.
I said mesmerizing.
Divine, especially that first scene. Like, I think Shashank gave the idea for it. Like, I was watching from the sound booth because I was micromanaging all the, just dealing with all that stuff. But I remember when the red light came up and then all the silhouettes are there, like everyone's phones just come out immediately in the audience. Like you just see like, you can see in the video too. You just see like, because the audience is still captured in the video because it was from the very back. And it's like black completely, and then you see the stage red, and then you see just all these screens just pop up like in the audience like immediately. So it's really funny. But yeah, I think that beginning just like set the tone and just set the bar so high. But anyways, I've given you I spoke so I could give you guys time to think of your words. Let's go with Shashank. You're in school, so you'll be.
I also can definitely say it's a collaboration if I have to talk about our show, and like unity, collaboration and challenge.
Maybe almost the opposite of that, but like maybe like diverse, or like I think diverse in terms of all the different music and dance styles that went in.
Nice. Saliya, any word?
No words.
No words. How happy.
What about Shiva?
I was low-key gonna say that, but then I was like, that's such a lame joke. I'm not gonna do it.
Shiva.
Shiva.
Okay. I mean, that works. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up with one last question. What do you hope the audience took away from this production?
I think one thing that I hope that people took away, and I think that many people did, based on, I think a lot of people said they enjoyed the show after, is just an appreciation for like Indian classical dance in all of its different forms. Because I think, I'm sure the audience that came self-selects for people who are interested in Indian classical dance, but in general, like I feel like classical art forms are. It's always important to like make sure that we're fighting for it, and that people understand why they're important and why they're amazing. So I just hope that everyone who came to the show that helped convince them or help them remember that fact.
Shashank, I have a friend, I'm not going to name the friend obviously to help them, but who kind of adamantly doesn't like dance, and that friend came to the show and told me after, this is the first time I've enjoyed watching dance. So that's like just a testament to how good you guys were. I remember that person after Jin's solo, after she finished her 128 chakras, like sent me a text was like, bro, what WTF did I just watch? Like it was just like mind blown. So that you guys left an impact. But anyways, I'm interrupting you. So next person.
Well, overall, because my dance style, what I did was not like completely Abhinaya based. So I always, not only this show, but in all my show, I always like, I want to make sure that people understood what I'm trying to say. I was communicating with the audience. It's not just I fell in my own world and doing my thing and not able to communicate with the audience. So that's what I want. If people could get what I try to share, and also being non-Indian, I always be very careful that I don't do like not bluffing. Please edit this, okay? But yeah, I'm always very careful about what I do. So I don't want to be disrespectful to the art form. But at the same time, now I know the trend is people back in India also, they're trying to go out of the box. So I'm trying to find the balance, and now I'm in a way put a situation where I'm trying to find my own vocabulary of communicating with the audience. So for me, that's very important to have the communication. Yeah.
I just hope the audience wished that they thought it was like a time well spent, and it wasn't like, oh my god, why did I come here and sit here for like an hour and a half and like drive all the way here? Because at the end of the day, it's purely just for entertainment, and we all definitely did enjoy the process. So I just hope they enjoyed it. And one other thing is that I hope that people can now kind of sort of tell the difference between Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam, because I've gotten it so many times not any shade to anyone, but they're always like, they always mix up the dance forms because our costumes are so similar, and they are like similar. I can understand why they mix it up, but I just hope that they know the difference now a little more.
I was gonna say that I hope the audience just saw how much fun we had. There are a couple moments in the Tilana where we like physically get to look at one another, and it's like been a dream of mine in a classical sense to be able to do something like that. And like it's not all dances you get to like, you know, look your fellow dancers in the eye and like interact with them in like almost casual sense, like just the head nods that we did and the like, let's go and move to the next position. They're so sweet, and I hope that they saw that there was like an actual connection between the dancers, and it wasn't just like we all came together, we were given certain choreography and we did a performance, right? There was so much just like love and support that went into the process. I know, unfortunately, they could not see all of our rehearsals and how much we were just like goofing around and having fun. But I hope in those tiny little moments that we got to look at each other, that, you know, when the dancers having, I always, even when I teach dance, I always tell students, like, when you are having a good time and you like naturally smile, like the audience just, you could be doing a step wrong, but if you look like you are enjoying yourself, everybody enjoys it with you. And I love watching dancers who do that. It's a different type of that smile that comes from within. I had a lot of those moments. I even told Shashank, I was like, Shashank, if I don't get to make eye contact with you, I'm going to be really sad if I don't get that moment. But I think it worked out. And then I looked to my left and there was Jin. Then I came back to my right and Sachita was, you know, it's just nice to have those moments. I hope they enjoyed that.
Like the performance wise, I don't think much about the audience. I try to express my expression to audience. I need to, like, the Candian is, nobody knows that this is Candian or what else. Just humanity, like, so just joy. I like to be on stage. I like to perform. I want to the audience go with me, or sad or joy or the energy. That's all I need. And also this audience is so perfect. Like, the no distraction. They with us, right? Everybody attack or anything. They really focused. And also the Indian community, like, I perform a lot now. That audience is perfect. They are dance lovers. I love to perform with them. Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek. Like, it's amazing. Like, for my life, it's another journey starts. Thank you. And also you guys.
I
Thank you
definitely
so
must
much.
say thank you to Abhishek to bring us all together, because this is kind of, you know, meeting these lovely people. And everybody's so supportive, all you guys. And thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you all. It was really fun. Shashank driving me to the rehearsal. He bought me a chocolate in the morning. So everything was very nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's mutual. It's everyone. This was a team effort, and there's so many people outside of the six of us in this conversation. To Ratnanti, who put that beautiful Tilana choreography together. Surabhi, who was doing the lights, so we couldn't unfortunately like honor her like call her down that day. I think it just got delayed. But like, there's so many people behind the scenes who made this possible. But anyways, we're up on time. Thank you, everyone. Had a blast reliving Arudra 2025 with you all. You're all invited to the next one and to all the future ones. I hope, you know, one day we can redo these and come up with new ideas. But appreciate you guys making the time even after the show. All your honesty, laughter, insights, memories, all the good, none of the bad. And yeah, until next time. So signing off. Good night, everyone. Take care.